So no matter what's going on in your life, you want to make sure that you always know your value. Your value is you. It's how you view yourself. It's how you perceive yourself. It's how you feel as you are, as you stand. With all the experiences that you've been through in your life, as painful or as amazing as things have been, you have to remember to set that as a value. You set that as a value so that nobody could break that value of yours. You have to remember that placement. You have to give yourself that placement in order to make sure that nobody is capable of telling you or rewriting your value for you. The only time somebody is capable of rewriting your value is whenever you allow them to rewrite your value by believing their perception of you. Their perception of you isn't your perception of you. Only time their perception of you becomes the perception of you is when you accept their perception of you as your perception of you. You have to show yourself that their perception is separate from your perception. Your perception matters more because you live with you every single day. You know you better than anybody else in this world. Nobody can tell you who you are because they're not you. No matter how bad somebody thinks they know you, they don't really know you. Believe it or not, you still have a lot to learn about you. So much more is to be learned. And as you're learning, you are going to meet certain people. You are going to have certain circumstances. You are going to be dealing with different situations. And you have to figure out a way to make sure that your perception remains your perception. But unfortunately, that's not how life works. Life always finds a way to break your perception with others. So it will split your perception with another person's perception. Eventually, you'll end up believing another person's perception. That's just how it is. That's how the give and take works. Okay? So somebody gives you a perception, you give them your perception. And from there, they grow from what they need to grow from, and you'll grow from what you need to grow from. Now, but it's not your responsibility to believe that you have to accept somebody else's perception. No. Only when you truly, genuinely decide to accept somebody's perception is when their perception can mesh with yours. And then you'll start to feel the different understanding. So, you're not supposed to tell yourself that this person is right about you. Absolutely not. Somebody says something about you, you don't take it into consideration. You have to understand yourself. You have to understand your place. You have to understand who are you as a person. You have to understand your value. What is the point of you? What is your importance? The more you realize your importance and your point in life, your purpose, you realize the things that you have gone through as a way to motivate yourself. Everything that you've gone through is a motivation, is literally the motivation that you need in order to make sure that you don't ever go back to that place in time. You want to stop yourself. You want to be stronger than you ever have been. And the only way to do that is by believing in yourself. Believing in yourself is the key. You believe in yourself. You have trust in you. You trust that you can do this. You trust that you can make this happen. You know deep down inside of you, you have the capability in order to make it happen. That's what believing in yourself does. Now imagine believing in yourself when everything is going wrong. How amazing does that feel? It feels amazing, doesn't it? So whenever you feel like you can believe in yourself, when everything is absolute trash, that is when you have a foundation. That is when you understand what you're capable of. You will begin to see potential. Potential starts to show itself the more you believe in yourself. And the more you believe in yourself, you are also raising your value. And anybody that ever disrespects you or makes you feel less of a person, you will never allow them to come back into your life. You'll tell yourself, you know what, this person doesn't deserve to come back into my life. I'd rather not waste time with them. What I'm going to do is better my life by making sure that they don't come back in it. They didn't respect my value, and because they didn't respect my value, I need to make sure they stay away from me. If I do allow them back, I am disrespecting myself, because I see them disrespecting me, and watching them come back is me allowing them to disrespect me, and them disrespecting me and me allowing it is me disrespecting myself. Therefore, I cannot tolerate that. That lowers your value. That lowers your understanding of you. Your perception of you begins to decrease. You stop seeing yourself. When you stop seeing yourself, that is when people can tell you who you are. That is when people can tell you your value. That is when people can perceive you however they want to perceive you, and they'll tell you about their perception, and you will automatically accept it. That is where it is a problem, where you can't see yourself. So, in order to maintain this, you have to make sure that you are not disrespecting yourself. In any moment that you disrespect yourself, it will be a subconscious reminder. It will linger within your mind at all times. And in the moment where it is the most difficult, you will probably think to yourself of all those things, because they get brought back within that moment. The moment that you are at your lowest, your subconscious brings back those thoughts and reminds you of all those words, all the pain that caused those words to make it feel true. So you want to make sure that no matter what, you're doing everything you possibly could to keep yourself up. You pick yourself up. You feel down, you pick yourself up. You put yourself on a pedestal. You show yourself why you are great, why you are the person that you are, why you are amazing. Don't just tell yourself you're amazing. Figure out why you are amazing. What are the things? What are the qualities? What are the great parts of you that other people haven't even seen? These things are what you need to be paying attention to. The more you pay attention to these aspects, you begin to feel accomplished. You begin to feel fullness. That fullness is happening because you've backed up most of the things that you said that you were going to do. For instance, you put out your word for something and you decided to say, I'm going to do this, and you stuck to it. You're going to feel so good when you remember that word that you told yourself and the fact that you accomplished it. it's going to make you feel so confident. You're going to be like, that's right, I did do that. That feeling is going to change your mindset. You want to be able to change your mindset. Mindset is everything. Whenever you are changing your mindset, you can create what kind of life you'd like to create. Anytime you're telling yourself that you can't do something, your mind is always going to feed that. It's going to give you more reasons why you can't do it, why you're not able to make it happen, why you're always struggling in life. You have to find reasons why you can do it so that your mind can look for these things. And the more that your mind looks for it, the more you're going to be putting in effort. Regardless, you're going to be putting in effort trying to make sure that you're doing the best you possibly can do to better yourself, to respect yourself, to value yourself, to know your worth. That is the most important right now. Now, when dealing with a breakup, your mindset becomes absolutely miserable, okay? To a point where you completely lose your value, you lose your self-worth, you decrease in perception, you lose the sight of yourself. You no longer see yourself. That's why you feel so confused when you're out in the world and you're telling yourself, wow, I miss this person. I need this person next to me. I don't feel like me. I can't do the things I normally would be able to do because they're not next to me, because they're not here with me. So the moment that you're feeling all of this, you don't know what to experience. All you want to do is stop the pain. Your main focus is the pain. The more you focus on the pain, the less you're going to focus on what's around you in life. Every single time. Because life is always putting beautiful things in front of you. But you don't see it because you can't see yourself. Therefore, you think to yourself that you need